G'day YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. We're here at the beach, I'm here with a mate, we're going fishing, we've got some lures, we've got some bait, got some few ideas. As you can see, the conditions not the same as last time, but we're here, we're going to have a crack. Just fishing this hole here, draining off the sandbank over there, coming into this hole, another sandbank there that's draining into this hole, and that pushes back out to the ocean. So I'm hoping this fish swimming through this hole, holding, eating the food, the bait, any bait fish that swims off the sand flat should come out through this hole. They're in real close. There you go, one. It's only a small fish. Right in close. You want this one? You can take it home. You can have it. There we go. Australian salmon. There we go. Stribs is on again. It's important if you're going to take these to the table, you need to make sure you bleed them properly. What bleeding does, it removes all of the blood from the fish, its flesh. Makes it more nicer to eat. The fish holding in nice and close to the back of the beach. Hang on to them. Holding, so yeah, the fish are holding nice and close, just in the gutter, just off the back of the beach here. Sorry, mate?
How many's a feed for a family?
2, 3. Break its neck.
So how'd you do that? Just put your finger in and rip it?
Pull it out, yeah.
Great fun. I'm bringing the boys down here.
I'm going to take one, I'm going to do it, yeah.
I'm just caught on yours as well.
So yeah, put your fingers in here, break the neck, break the gills. You kind of don't want to kill them because you want them to be alive to pump that blood out.
Okay.
Because the cleaner you get the flesh, the better. So I'm going to take one, I'm going to smoke one.
Yeah. So where do you put it? Just in here?
Yeah, just in here. So like this.
Yeah.
Hold my rod for me. Chunky little salmon. So you go in here, so you're trying to break this part here.
Oh, right.
Like this.
Oh, yep. That's well bled.
Yeah. So I'm at the beach and she'll bleed. I just wash my hands.
Yep.
the Bluebottle there. These are what they call the men of wars, or also known as a Bluebottle. Really bad in summer. Come in nor'easters, they generally travel on the warm currents. And these will give you a nice, nasty little sting. Some people get allergic to them, start getting an anaphylactic shock. Nowhere near as bad as a box jellyfish. They'll just irritate the skin to make it sting, and you get a real itch on it after. And get it bad enough, it can scar your skin for a few days. So that's what a Bluebottle or a man of war looks like. Yep. It's only a Jarvis Walker cheapie, $65 stainless thing.
Yeah, because I've got a pellet smoker. If we get enough, I'll just smoke it.
You rub in a bit of brown sugar.
So you fill them as well. Okay.
They're right in close. It's a great fish for the kids because they don't have to come far, hook up, give them the rod, and they just have fun. The fish jumps around everywhere. Really entertaining for you know, a parent and their young kids to come out and to chase, basically, because they are really good fighting fish. Just got to keep casting around in the hole because they'll be swimming around everywhere. So we're now catching salmon in the exact same spot I was catching the tailor in the last video. There's another fish. And we're hooked up into a nice one. It's important just to take your time. You see, the surf's a lot rougher than it was last time. Last time it was almost glassed out. Now we've actually got a bit over a metre of swell breaking here in this beach. Oh, we've jumped him off. He's jumped off. That's all right, where there's one, there's always more. So because the swell's up, it's creating new sandbanks. It's putting sand from the beach into the water. That sand eventually sinks again, moves on the currents and on the tide, falls back to the bottom and reforms sandbanks. So that's why you can come to the beach to this type of fishing and it changes month to month, because those sandbanks are being removed and restructured and then redeposited back onto the bottom floor, onto the floor. Hence to get different breaks occurring of the same beach. That's why it's important to, when you go beach fishing, pack light so you can move up and down the beach looking for where the fish are, rather than just going to the first spot and staying there all day. And if you wanted to come down and do some shark fishing, slab up those salmon that we've been catching, and they make an excellent shark bait. You can use them for jewfish as well. They make quite a good flesh bait for off the beach also. So mate, this is the first time he's done this type of fishing. He reached out and said, "Oh, can you show me how to do it?" Because he wants to bring his kids down, show his kids how to do the same thing and have some fun. It costs a bit of money to get set up, but once you've got it forever pretty much. You know, and a day's fishing on the beach is pretty cheap entertainment for a family. So what do you reckon, mate? First time for this type of fishing for you?
Yep.
It's going all right? Enjoying it? And I was just explaining, you know, that it costs a little bit of money to get set up, but once you've got it set up, it's cheap entertainment for a family to come down and do this. Dan's got a PB. He's caught himself some salad to go with the fish. Did the fight pretty hard, mate? Was that the best fight?
It was actually. I'm like, this is big.
Only problem was it didn't kick. As I said, this is new. This is new to Dan here, hooked up right on the shore here. This is new to Dan. It's the first time he's been down here doing this. And he's catching fish already, so, you know, it's just, fishing is not hard, just knowing what to use and when to use it, and a couple of key things of where to go basically. But so other than showing Dan what to buy and a handful of lures, I've just brought him here and he's catching fish already. So shows you anyone can do it, just got to have the will, and it helps to have someone to help educate you and start you off in the right direction. About to land a nice little salmon here. Let's pull him up the beach. It's only a small one. There we go. Okay, with any pelagic species like salmon or tailor, tuna, etc., it's really important to bleed them. If you don't have a knife, put your fingers in their neck or in their gills just here, and all you do is just pull your fingers forward and it will break, and then it'll start bleeding. That's what you want to. You need to remove all of that blood out of their system, which pulls it all out of their meat as well. So that's why when you cook some white flesh fish, you get that browny, dark grey sort of flesh. That's because you've cooked it with blood still inside the meat. That was right in just here. Right in close. Perfect spot again. We're the only ones on the beach this morning. This could be middle of Sydney. The beach could be packed with people. These fish would still be on all the Sydney beaches. This time of year, it's the southern half of New South Wales. From Newcastle down, you can target these fish in winter time. Salmon pretty much a temperate to cold water species. You won't find them up in the tropical areas. Bit of a hole forming over here too. Might change over a bit soon. Might change over a bit later and have a go with some bait. Just to see what's on the bottom. You just never know what swims out here. This beach is known for catching sharks. You can come down here, not that people try to, but as bycatch, they will catch small great whites off the beach. It is a bit of a sharky beach. Hence why, you know, they come in here chasing the salmon and the tailor. The shark being a top water predator, it needs a big meal. A lot of bronze whalers off this beach as well. Predominantly bronze whalers are what's caught here as a shark species. Generally, you know, school-sized sharks. So this sort of fishing, as I said, it's not rocket science, it's just repetitive. Just come and cast, find the holes, find the gutters, work those, and pretty quickly you'll find where the fish are. Just a case of moving around in that gutter. So we haven't changed spots since we found these fish. You know, and we'll catch one and we won't catch some for a while and they'll turn up again. There we go, Dan's on. Let's watch him land this one. Playing it nicely, letting the fish run when it needs to, not forcing the fish into shore. So we've been here half an hour and this is fish number 5 that will be on the beach if it doesn't jump off. It's most important, see the rod's bending, to let the fish have its head and use that rod as a shock absorber. If you try to force and muscle the fish, you put extra strain and stress through the rod, and that fish will just throw the hooks eventually. It's best to, if you've got your drag tied up too tight, what doesn't allow the line to pull line out, so that drag is important to reduce the pulling power. There's a nice tailor that Dan's just caught. To reduce the pulling power, so by adjusting your drag correctly, allows the line to come off your spool. It's not a bad thing if you've got line disappearing off your spool, you're still connected to the fish. You're just tiring the fish out rather than trying to manhandle it back onto the beach as quick as you can. It's a nice tailor, Dan.
Oh, another nice one.
So you do exactly the same bleeding technique as I showed you.
Yep.
And you'll have nice eating fish, and they smoke up really well also. Or you can make good curries out of them too. So there you go. Look, this is the first time Dan's tried this fishing and he's already got 2 species to his name. And the other bonus about when you're fishing with lures is you don't have any stinky bait to deal with. If I get another one of those tailor, I might cut up for some slab baits and see what's out there. There might be could be a dewy sitting here in the high tide. Although, ideally I'd come with some heavier gear because you can get some quite big jewfish off this beach. But I'll fish small baits so I don't have to worry about that. So Dan's having a ball. He only bought that rod and outfit 3 days ago. 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and already he's got a return for his investment. And a few more trips down here and he's paid his fishing outfit off and provided cheap 3 meals for his family that's healthy. Lots of omega-3s in fish, good for your brain. Just doing something a bit different here. I'm going to throw a hard body. This is an atomic slim twitcher. Going to use this, no different to using the metal slice, except I'm going to throw it out there and swim it back through the wash. See what happens. It's another good technique. Can work the lure a bit slower as well, which means it's in the strike zone for longer. Since the fish are in close, it's worth having a go. This is a samurai ledge. Throw this around for a bit, see how we go. Again, just using 20 pound fluorocarbon leader. Tied onto my braid. This braid's atomic braids. Again, it's in 15 pound, I think it is. And using an FG knot to connect the line, the leader, to the braid. See how we go. It's just another very effective technique in the angler's arsenal. If they're a bit too far out, I won't be able to get them. If they're a bit too far out, I won't be able to get them because I just won't reach. These don't cast the same distance as a heavier metal slice does. Very good for working that first 25 metres of the shore break, basically. I've caught flathead doing this. Get to catch a jewfish, but jewfish will eat a hard body lure, no problems at all. Especially on days like today, but this lure is not really designed to get down deep enough for that. Fish aren't currently in the back of the surf zone. I'm just not reaching them. I think. Go and try to the left here, this hole. Go and try this little hole over here as it comes off the sandbank. See what happens. Beach fishing is all about experimentation. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over as you don't learn. When the fish are in shallow, like Taylor and the salmon, they pretty much catch them into any technique you can off the beach. Just have to get the lure in front of their face. There we go, we're on. Found some nice fish too. Solid. Big salmon. Nice big salmon. He's out there just fending me in the current. All I did is roll it off the back of the sandbank and he clobbered it. This is where most anglers tend to lose their fish, right on the back of the shore break here. It's important you don't pull the fish off the beach. You use the wave that washes in, you wash the fish up onto the beach. As soon as that water stops moving, oh, he's not finished yet. He's going back out. See if we come on this wave. It's about a 2.5, 3 kilo salmon. And they got little motors on the back of these forked tails. They certainly know how to swim and pull. They pull drag very well. Here he is. It's the biggest fish of the morning so far. It's a proper one. There we go. He's over 3 kilos, this fish. Here's a proper one. Just trying to avoid the hooks. Get it loose, there we go. Nice big salmon. They fight well at their sizes when they're like this. There we go, and you can see there we go. Nice Australian salmon. Caught on the slim twitcher. Great lure. Catch everything from barramundi to tailor, salmon, flathead. I've no doubt quite easily get them on mull away if you can get them down with the deeper models also. And great up in the tropics for your tropical fish like your queen fish and your trevally. Any fish that's pelagic and loves to hunt down a lure, especially when it's work fast. Anyway, I'll go back to the surf. I'll let this one go. I've got enough for a feed already. Big fish. See you, mate. Off you go. So what do you reckon, mate? First time out here on the beach, doing a bit of spin fishing.
I think I've got the money back on my rod already. It's been a great day.
Do you think it's difficult?
No, it's pretty easy. Find the holes, the fish will be there.
There you go. There's a tip from Dan the Noob. Just get out there, have a crack. If you don't fish, if you don't catch fish in the lounge,